What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Mania. Today, I'm very happy because we're taking on Press Garden Zone. It's an exclusive stage for Sonic Mania, and it might be one of my favorites just because this stage is really, really beautiful. Like, the whole green, orange, blue, and pink color palette. To me, it just looks really gorgeous. I love the aesthetic of this stage, so I'm excited. Like, it even gets better in Act 2, so I cannot wait to get there. First things first, though, there is a special stage ring to my left, so I'm going to try and actually use Tails to get over there, because I want another chance at that 4th Chaos Emerald. Like, it's eluded me thus far, but, I'm kind of ready. I've been practicing, I've been training. I think I can get it this time, and man, it is kind of annoying how, like, Tails sort of drops you if you accidentally run into a wall. Makes flying with him kind of annoying, but there we go. Now, we're ready to take on this special stage. Let's go. So, my strategy this time around is to try and cut as many corners as I can, and also, on my first lap, try and get as many rings as I can, since that tends to be my problem with this special stage in particular, is just, I end up not collecting rings as often as I do in, like, other special stages, just because, in this stage, like, the rings are kind of out of the way. So if you want to actually go and collect rings, you're gonna have to, like, leave the main path and potentially lose out on, like, the optimal route to the UFO. So, yeah. Anyways, we got Mach 2 before we even finish our first lap. That's a really, really good sign, and we're sort of keeping up to this UFO, which is another good thing. Let me try and grab some more rings here. Getting that, like, ring box that's floating over that gap can be a little bit dangerous, but I think now that we're at Mach 2, we probably would hit it. That was actually pretty stupid, but it sort of worked out. We're at Mach 3 now, and it's very, very close. So, oh man, I wish I didn't bounce off that wall. We got 40 seconds, so I think we'll be able to do this no problem. It's, like, right there, dude. Please. Oh, no, that's not good. I really did not want to get hit there. I think we're fine, though. Like, we're really, really close to it. We got enough rings, so as long as we don't hit, like, anything else, we should be fine. Yeah, there we go. Alright, 4th Chaos Emerald down. Only 3 more left. We're more than halfway done. That's pretty sick, man. Not gonna lie. Alright, so I know I said previously I was gonna try and look for more than one special stage ring in this zone, but the thing is, I actually couldn't find more than one. Like, that was the only special stage ring that I know about in both acts. Like, I looked around for them, so I'm sure there's probably like 2 or 3. I just have no idea where they're hidden. Like, this game got really good at hiding the special stage rings. Flying Battery was like the last zone that even on my personal file I found multiple rings in, so it's gonna be pretty sketchy going forward. We'll probably be able to find at least 1 ring per zone, though. You know what? Let's jump into a blue sphere stage. I'm feeling pretty confident today. Holy crud, there's 136 of them. That's quite a few blue spheres, but this layout seems like there's a lot of them close by, so we'll probably burn through that number pretty quickly, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Might as well try and get every single ring. To be honest, like, getting all the rings in these stages actually adds a whole nother level of difficulty to it, and, one that I'm not fully accustomed to yet, I'll definitely say that much, because, like, it requires you to plan out your route a lot faster than you normally would have to, since, in fact, I just screwed up because I went through that section without going around in a loop. You have to go around in a loop in order to make that turn into rings, and because I sort of just messed that up, I missed out on however many rings that would have given me, so that kind of stinks. And oh, wait, I thought I could jump over all those. Oh, that was really stupid, man. Like, that was 3 wide. Of course I'm not going to be able to jump over that. I don't know what I was thinking there, guys. That was 100% my fault. But that's what I'm saying, man. You make one mistake in those blue sphere stages and, like, you can lose out on them so quickly. It is kind of upsetting that, I haven't really completed one of those in a while now. But also, let's be honest, they haven't really given me anything too amazing for completing them, so there's very little incentive for me to do it, like, on screen. I probably will grind them out at some point in the future, but it might not be in this LP just because that would take way too much time. But, there are like a few unlocks that I do want to get. For instance, debug mode seems like a lot of fun, and I remember messing around with that a lot as a kid when I learned about like the whole cheat codes and stuff like that in Sonic 2, where you can enter level select and then enter debug mode and just like place any objects all over the screen. That was a lot of fun messing around with that as a kid, so it'd be cool to like do the same thing in this game as well. And then there's also a mode called And Knuckles mode, which it sounds kind of stupid, it sounds kind of like a meme, and it kind of is, I guess, but the whole point of the mode is it adds Knuckles as sort of an AI-controlled character. So right now we're going through the game with Sonic and Tails. If I wanted to go through with And Knuckles mode, I could go with like Sonic and Knuckles, or Tails and Knuckles, or even Knuckles and Knuckles, and it would be kind of funny. And one cool thing about this game that I didn't realize until like a couple of days ago is that if you play through the game as Knuckles, some of the stages are actually a little bit different. So at some point I do want to play through the game again as Knuckles. I'll probably stream it on Twitch or something though, and I'll use like the And Knuckles mode add-on, because I've heard the game actually has a secret ending for the And Knuckles mode, which to me is hilarious because the entire And Knuckles thing is a bit of a classic Sonic meme, so the fact that it's included with the game already is funny enough, but on top of that they added a secret ending. It just makes it even better. Like, these guys clearly knew what the classic Sonic fans wanted. The one thing that does kind of bum me out though is all those modes that I talked about, I'm pretty sure can only be activated on a no save file for this game, meaning you can't just like quit and then come back later and pick up where you left off, which I don't really understand why they did that, but oh well. I mean, the game is pretty short. The only thing I would worry about is getting a game over, since I imagine that would send you all the way back to the beginning of the game, and that would certainly stink. Like, the game does get pretty hard towards the last two zones, so if you go to like that part of the game with only 2 lives, the game over possibility is certainly real, and that would be the worst. Like, getting all the way to the end and getting a game over before you get to see that ending. Anyways, the mini boss of this stage, I guess, is actually kind of a weird one. It's like this floating saw blade machine. What you want to do is stand behind some of these crates, let it sort of bash its saw into the crate, then you're free to go and attack it. So just hide out and you'll be fine for the most part. As long as you're like right near one of these crates, the thing will never really hit you, and it goes down pretty quickly too, so you're really in no threat of this thing actually killing you. In fact, we might be able to kill it on this next round. Come on, Tails. Yeah, there we go. Sweet! Well, that worked. And now we get to move on to Press Garden Act 2, which might be my favorite act in this entire game. Like, it's such a beautiful stage. There's a lot of really cool mechanics as well. And I would love if this thing gave me a shield before going in, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be nice to us today. Oh well, whatever. Dang, 8,000 points for our cool bonus? Amazing! I'm way past cool right now. Act 2 also has a really, really cool boss fight. Like, it definitely caught me off guard when I first played through this zone. Now that I know about it though, it's going to be pretty easy, but it was pretty tough when I first encountered it. Alright, let's just get going, because look at this, man. The flower petals, the trees. Ah, it just looks so amazing. Also, yeah, that's one of the new mechanics that I was talking about, getting frozen into an ice block. You might think it's kind of annoying, but I mean, you can just go right through spike traps, enemies, a bunch of other things, so what might come off as annoying is something very, very useful in some cases. So whenever you can turn into a block of ice, I would recommend it. Chances are it will help you get through the stage a little bit safer than you normally would be able to. Let's try and make our way upwards though, because I think right now we're sort of on the lowest path, and I really don't want to be down here. Like, typically speaking, you would find more secrets the higher up in the stage you go. It's just a lot harder to stay up there. Although I will say this, Mania does hide some of its secret rings in the lower sections of the levels. Like, for instance, that special stage ring in Flying Battery was basically at the lowest point of that stage at the very beginning. even the special stage for this zone, again, at the bottom of Act 1. So, I guess it's a mixture of, like, both being on the top sections and in the bottom sections. I haven't found too many special stage rings in the middle parts of these levels, though, which is why I don't really like to be there, and why I would like to try and make my way upward a little bit more in this level. Oh no. Yeah, this is one thing you do need to be careful of. These freaking ice blocks that are over the spikes. When you bounce off them when you're in your ball form, you don't really go as far or as high as, like, maybe you're used to going, so it becomes very easy to accidentally just cause yourself to get hurt, especially since, like, you can't really break out of your ball form once you start sort of breaking them, so yeah, what do I even do here? I guess I have no choice but to, like, use Tails to get myself out of here, because otherwise, I really don't think I would make it, but thank goodness Tails is here to lend us a helping hand. Alright, so, oh geez, that breaks. Oh, and okay, there's spikes below me. Cool! Probably should have tried to land on this tree. You know, I kind of want all those power-ups, but at the same time, I really don't want all those power-ups. The invincibility and rings would have been nice. Speed up, not so nice, because, I don't know, man. Speed up in this game is pretty dangerous. I would like to get the shield if Sonic would stop clinging to the ceiling. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. And then I can immediately lose it. Cool, good job, Matt, good job. Maybe, you know, if you played the game a little bit better, this wouldn't be happening right now. I'm glad I'm frozen. That actually kind of helps out, believe it or not. Makes me invincible at least, so I'm down with being a block of ice right now. I think I actually do. Yeah, I need to definitely use, like, my frozen self to get through this section. You can mash A to break out of the ice, by the way. Figured I should mention that. Alright, oh, okay. I thought that was gonna take me directly to the boss, because I think we're actually pretty close to the end of the stage. Like, I know there is one of these wood chipper things towards the end of the stage, and at some point we probably will get frozen, and oh, okay, those things fall down, and they hurt you. That is definitely good to know. Probably should have really expected that, but, I guess now I know for sure, so I won't make that mistake again. Can I break through this pillar? I think I can. Yeah, and hey, a shield, and oh. Shouldn't have jumped up here, because now I can't get the shield anymore. That is slightly depressing, not gonna lie, but whatever. We don't need the stinking bubble shield, and really? That hurts me, even though I was already standing on it? Whatever, man. Whatever. Alright, let's just try and get out of here. I don't even know where we are at this point. I'm frozen again, so not a whole lot that I can do, but hey, we somehow made it to the boss fight. I really was not expecting it to be this soon, so alright, well, here we go. The boss of this stage is like this weird ninja guy. If you get close to him, he will freeze you with his sword, so what you want to do is wait for him to jump in the air, and then sort of jump into him. That way you can knock him off balance and sort of stun him. Once he's stunned, yeah, you can feel free to attack him, and I actually have no idea. Oh, no! One of the freaking spikes from his dumb shuriken things ran into me. That's how I died there. You have no idea how many times I've actually died to those shuriken spikes before. Like, they're so hard to see sometimes that I just, like, run into them. Alright, now that I sort of know what to expect, I'm more prepared for this fight, I think. And yeah, you're not going to get me with a shuriken this time, my man. Sometimes actually being frozen in ice is a good way to avoid getting hit in this fight. So don't think it's like the worst thing in the world if it happens to you. It can actually work to your advantage, and oh, perfect, there we go. Can I please? Yes! 2 hits in a row, and he is done. He doesn't really have a whole lot of HP, so it's pretty easy once you get the hang of the fight. But there we go, baby. We are done with Press Garden, and sadly, that's like my favorite act. So now we're moving on to a less fun zone. But we do get this nice, cool little cutscene, and oh no, the gem activated again! Which means we're going to another classic remix stage. This time, it's one from Sonic CD. This is Stardust Speedway. And this, I would say, is the first stage that I dislike in this game, but not a big deal because that's where we're going to end off this video. So if you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more of my videos, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.